The best he could hope for was that he could avoid any traps, find his sister, set her free, and maybe get all of them out of there before Arcana knew what was happening. It was not a particularly reasonable expectation, but nothing about any of this was reasonable at this point. He was so deep in thought, he almost missed hearing the approach of the roving guard, and only barely managed to flatten himself within the narrow recessed space of a closed doorway before the man appeared. Jet kept walking, pretending nothing was wrong, that she belonged and was on her way to somewhere specific. "No walking around after hours," the guard snapped at her as she reached him. "You know the rules." She slowed, moving just past him, causing him to turn so that he was looking away from Paxson. "I must have lost track of time. I was thirsty." "There's water in your room. Are you new here?" She nodded. "Just got in." "You're kind of cute." Then Paxson clubbed him from behind, and he dropped like a stone. Jet slowed the man's fall enough to muffle any noise, and after trying a few doors, found a closet and helped drag him inside. Using cleaning rags, Paxson bound and gagged him, and lashed him in place to some iron shelves. Not a perfect solution, but it would have to do. Leaving the closet, they continued down the hall until they found a set of stairs. They climbed to the next floor and stopped when they heard signs of activity behind the doors of the rooms down the hall. When it was quiet again, they continued up to the top floor. It was an attic space, and there were only 3 doors, 2 to either side and 1 at the end. The last was padlocked and chained. Paxson moved over to it quickly, put his ear against the door, and listened. No sound came from within. He exchanged a quick glance with Jet and shook his head, but it was the only door locked, so there was reason to think it was the right one, and he had to take a look, which meant he had to smash the lock and break it down. But first he decided to peek inside the other 2, just to be sure. He moved over to each as quietly as he could, cracking the doors and peering inside. Bedrooms, both of them. Sparsely furnished, the walls bare, windows shuttered. The one on the right was empty. Chrysalin was in the one on the left. So was Arcanon.